Hello and thank you for joining me. So today I received 2 Kizer Momos in the mail. Now I picked these up at White Mountain Knives. And if you guys don't know, I do have a discount code with them. It's Nathan's Knives. And if you guys put that in at checkout, you'll save 10%. So I figured I'd save you guys a few bucks. But really, really great knives. I love the full size. As you can see here, I have the mini, which I haven't even really checked out yet. But we'll check that out in just a bit. Now I did customize a full size a few months ago, and I was really happy with how that one turned out. If you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link up in the corner. You can check it out. But the spalted maple that I used on that one was really nice, and I want to do something very similar on this one. Now this full size Momo is I guess the even more budget version from the 154 cm steel. This has the Nitro V, which is a great budget steel. And I really like their black wash on this. But I decided to go with the black washed and black hardware linered backspacer pocket clip version because what I'm going to be using for the new scales is this beautifully spalted maple from Real Eyez Woodz. He provides awesome stabilized wood. And if you guys are interested in picking some of his material up, I'll leave a link down in the description. So definitely go check him out. But you can see with this one, it's got beautiful chatoyancy and really excited to use it. And I think the spalted sections or the black lines here are going to complement the blacked out everything on this knife, obviously except for the scales. But you can see here that green, it's going to look, I think it's going to look really good, and very happy with this material. I think Real Eyez Woodz provides some of the best stabilized wood out there, so definitely check him out. But I consider this a kitchen knife, and you guys can kind of see why. It's got a very long blade, and the ergos on this super comfortable, but it also keeps your knuckles out of the way when you're using this on the cutting board. This would be a great kitchen EDC or even outdoors camping. I think it would come in very handy since it's got the pocket clip. Now, one thing I noticed on both of these knives when I opened them up is they have different pocket clips. And also the price on the large is actually less than the mini, but that's because the mini here has 154 cm steel, so that makes sense. But interesting that they chose to go deep carry on this one. So we'll see what that's all about when I customize these. They're each going to get their own video, so expect custom videos soon. But that's what I plan on doing with the full size. Now the mini here, I'm just going to get a quick look at this. Feels just as good as the full size. Ergos are great, by the way. I think this knife fits in hand very well. And I'm sure you guys, a lot of you guys have experienced this in hand. And a great design overall, but really good ergos. I love this style pocket clip because it's hidden hardware and they taper it off here in the back, so it's not digging into your palm. So really comfortable. Overall action is great. Access to the liner lock is done very well. You can see they do a little cutout while keeping the shape of the handle very clean. So I really like that they do that. Both of these knives are riding on bearings, so super smooth. And I know with the large one you can reverse flick it, so let's see. Okay. So the mini you can reverse flick, just takes a little bit of a wrist flick, but one thing I wish Kizer would do is either put a slot here to make reverse flicking even more enjoyable, or even kind of a short fuller, very similar to what Vero Engineering does. I think Vero does a great job with their little slots that they provide, so that would be really nice. Again, the action on both of these very good, and you could even finger roll these amazingly well. Detent on both of these are dialed in, and same with this one. You have very generous access to that liner while keeping it clean. Very safe to say they nailed the action on this one. But yeah, reverse flick is easier with this one because it has that black wash finish, which my finger can actually grip onto. So I don't even need to use any wrist on this. And maybe the mini, here, let me try it without wrist. Okay, so you can still do it. So yeah, action is excellent. And I love the color options you get. I went with the blue because I think the blue looks great. But that kind of doesn't matter because I'm going to be customizing this one as well. Now I chose to go with the satin finished 154 cm because Kizer's 154 cm etches really, really well. And what I plan on doing with this is putting the faux hamon etch and stonewash that I like to do on my knives. So I think it'll be perfect. I almost considered doing or getting the mini with the black washed blade, but I think it'll look better with the hamon. But really, really excited about this one. And again, I love all the flavors that Kizer provides with this knife, so plenty of options. And another thing I like is you have blacked out everything, except for the blade, obviously. But the wood, or the stabilized wood I'll be using, I forgot the name of this wood. You can see it's got a two-tone finish, so you have the gray, kind of black, darker, stabilized color here on the left, and then the red on the right, which I think is going to look really good when I split it, when I split this material down the middle. So you have two colors going on there. And I think with that hamon, it'll complement the hard lines between the unaffected stabilized area, which is just a really, really neat contrast. Again, love this stuff and really excited to put it on these knives. Now I did have an issue with the full size that I did last time. I couldn't find a really good spot for this style pocket clip. So we'll see what happens this time around. Maybe I can figure something out, or even use a different pocket clip, or just remove it altogether like I did with the other one, just to keep it classy and clean. More than likely, I will do custom backspacers on both, complementing the material that I use for the scales. And I think they're thick enough. So yeah, I like to get my slabs cut from Real Eyez Woodz 3/16, just because it gives me a little wiggle room and it allows me to get it super flat before I begin working. And it allows me to cut off smaller pieces to create custom backspacers. So that's something I like to keep in mind. But really, really excited to get these customized. Again, they will each be getting their own custom video. Definitely great knives all around. Highly recommend these. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate the support. And I will see you guys on the next one.